Good morning, all of you. My name is Vaibhav Sunil Sartape, student of BSc second year. So today we will discuss about semiconductor device. Semiconductor device is an electronic component. The amplification of transistor achieved by passing the signal from the region of a low resistance to a region of high resistance. The bipolar junction transistor consists of two back-to-back PN junction manufacturing in a single piece of semiconductor crystal. These two junctions gives rise to three regions called emitter, base, and collector. The base is a sandwich between emitter and base, and another between base and collector. First, emitter. The main function of these regions is to supply majority charge carriers to the base, and hence it more heavily doped than other regions. Second, base. The base is very thin and lightly doped. 3. Collector. The doping level of collectors is in third collector. The doping level of collector is in between that the base physical collectors region is made larger than emitter region. Types of transistor. There are two types of transistor. First, NPN transistor. Second, PNP transistor. First, NPN transistor. In NPN transistor, P-type layer is sandwiched between two N-type layers. The arrowhead is always at the emitter and indicates the direction of current flow. For NPN transistor, the arrowhead point for base to emitter means base is more positive with respect to emitter. Second, PNP transistor. In a PNP transistor, N-type layer is sandwiched between two people type layers. The symbol of our transistor is shown in figure for a PNP transistor. The arrowhead point from emitter to base means emitter is more positive with respect to base. In this way, almost entire emitter current flow. The collector circuit is clear that the emitter current is sum of collector and base current. Next, transistor biasing. For proper working of transistor voltage of correct magnitude and properly should be applied across its two junctions for normal operation of transistor in active mode. The emitter base junction should reserve base. Working of NPN transistor. Next, transistor circuit configuration. Modes of operation. Since the transistor is a three-terminal device, there are three terminal types of circuit connection for operating a transistor. First, common base mode. Second, common emitter mode. Third, common collector mode. First, common base mode. In this configuration, base terminal is common to the input and output circuit. The input signal is applied between emitter and base, while the output is taken from collector and base. Common base NPN transistor circuit with proper basing. Next, current gains AB. Current amplification factor A in CB mode. When no signal is applied, then ratio of collector current to the emitter current at constant V is called DC alpha. Adorable of transistor current gain. When signal is applied, then the ratio of change in collector current to change in emitter current at constant V is called across alpha. AAC of the transistor current gain alpha. A very large change In we produce very small change. In this means that the output resistance is very high. Output resistance is the ratio of change in collector current base voltage. The resulting change in collector current at constant E. Output resistance R. The transistor characteristic. It show I varies with change in when V is held constant. So the transfer characteristics of transistor is CB. Arrangement is slope gives the value of current gain alpha. Working of PNP transistor. In figure 4.4 show PNP transistor with its basing. The emitter base junction is forward base with supply V and collector base junction in reserve base with supply V. The forward base causes the holes in P-type emitter flow towards the base. The produce the emitter current as these holes flow through the N-type base. They combine with the electrons as the base is lightly doped and very thin. Therefore, only few holes combine with electrons. It gives rise a base current. Now, remaining holes cross the junction and move through the collector. Input characteristic. The curve between emitter I and emitter base voltage V at constant collector base voltage V. Input characteristic of transistor in CB arrangement for the reference value of V. Second, the emitter current increases rapidly with small increase in V. It means that the input resistance of CB circuit is very minimal. Input resistance is ratio of change in emitter base voltage to triangle voltage to change in emitter current constant VCB. Transistor character. The complete electrical behavior of transistor can be described by stating the relationship between different DC current and voltage. This relationship can be displayed graphically and the curve thus obtained are known as characteristic of transistor. Characteristic of transistor is common base